and welcome to your Tuesday Maths. You won't need anything for this maths lesson until the end of the video. So I hope you're sitting comfortably and ready to warm up your maths brain to start with. I'm going to share my screen with you so that we can start our first activity. Here we go. You are about to see some plates with different amount of number dots on them. Can you tell me which plate do you think is the odd one out? And why is it the odd one out? Let's share the answer now together. That's right. This one was the odd one out because it has 2 dots. The other plates have 3 dots each in them. They're positioned in different ways, but they all have 3. Let's try that again. What about this time? Which plate do you think is the odd one out? And why? Can you explain how you know? Let's share the answer. This plate is the odd one out because it has 3 dots in it. It has 2 and 1 more. These plates all have 4 dots in them. They have 3 black dots and 1 extra red one. Well done if you got those right. Let's move on now to today's learning, and we are going to be talking about something new. We're going to be thinking about how things weigh. We're going to use the language heavy, light, heavier than, and lighter than. We're also going to use the word balanced. And here we have some balancing scales on the screen. Let's see what happens when the orange falls on the balancing scale. What happened? That's right. The orange has fallen onto one side of the balancing scale and has made it tip. Let's have a look again. Oh, there goes another orange onto the balancing scales, this time on the other side. Again, the orange is heavy. And so the balancing scale has tipped because it's heavy on that side. Let's have a look at these 2 items. We have a leaf and a rock. Now, which side has tipped? That's right. It's the side with the rock. It has tipped because the rock is heavier than the leaf. The leaf is lighter than the rock. Let's have another look. Which one do you think will be heavier? The pineapple is heavier than the cupcake. So the cupcake must be lighter than the pineapple. Well done. Let's have another prediction. What do you think will happen with these 2 items? We have 2 shells. Oh, these 2 shells have landed on the balancing scales. They are 2 different shells, but they must weigh the same because the balancing scales have balanced. None of the shells are heavier than, and none of the shells are lighter than. They are balanced. Let's see if you can make another prediction. Make a sensible guess. What's going to happen? Ooh. Can you see the glass, which is full, is heavier and the balancing scale has tipped? The glass that is empty is lighter than the other cup. Which one do you think will be heavier? Did you guess the apple? This one's interesting, boys and girls, because the apple is smaller in size than the balloon. Can you see? I'm in this corner of your screen. The apple is about this size, but the balloon is bigger. But that doesn't always mean that it will be heavier. Just because it's bigger, it doesn't mean it will weigh more. In this case, the apple is heavier than the balloon, and the balloon is lighter than the apple. Well done if you still got that one correct. Now, it will soon be your turn. I've got down here some real life balancing scales. Now, I'm not expecting you to have any at home, but I just thought I'd show you what they look like and what we can do, because when you are back in school, we have got these and you can experiment with different items. Now, I've got here a toy bear, it's quite solid, and I've got a cotton bud. And I'm going to put the bear on one side and I'm going to put the cotton bud on the other side. Can you predict what will happen? And I'd like you to use the words heavier than and lighter than. Shall we find out? Let's see if you were right. Okay, here is my bear going in. I'm holding them steady at the moment. And here is my cotton bud. Now I'm going to loose it and we'll see what happens. Oh! What can you tell me? What happened? That's right. The bear is heavier than the cotton bud because it has tipped down. The cotton bud is lighter than the bear. Well done. What I'd like you to do after this video has finished is become your very own human balancing scale. And perhaps your grown-up could help you to find some items around the house. And we would like you to predict which one will be heavier than and which one will be lighter than. You might choose to go and get an apple and a cotton bud. And you can show by tipping and say, I think the apple will be heavier than the cotton bud. I think the cotton bud will be lighter than the apple. And I want you to practice predicting and being your very own balancing scales. I wonder if you can find two items in your house that you think would be the same weight. Do you remember what that special word was when it's the same weight? Starts with a balanced. Can you find two items that will be balanced? Good luck with your activity. I look forward to seeing what you've been up to if you upload anything onto Tapestry. And there's also some extra activities under this maths section today for you to have a go at and carry on exploring weight. Bye for now.